Alpha radiation is radiation that is made of alpha particles. They used to call them rays because they didn't know what they were, but an alpha particle is quite simply a helium nucleus. I really do mean that. It is simply helium like that. It's got 2 protons and 2 neutrons. I mean, that's all it is, right? 2 protons, which are positive, and 2 neutrons, which are neutral. And I guess since there are no electrons, it's just the nucleus, it's going to be double positive. And these things come out of a nucleus when the old nucleus just can't keep it together. You get it? Just can't keep it together, like the strong force can't hold the nucleus together anymore, so one of these suckers shoots out. So what you get is, this is usually a really big atom that's doing this. They call it the parent nucleus. I'm going to throw this marker away since I've got all these nice new ones. The parent nucleus, we could say, is some element X, and it will turn into a different element because now it's missing 2 protons. Remember, the number of protons defines the name of our element. So we're going to go from X to Y, and we put Z here, which is the number of protons. Now, how many protons am I going to get on my daughter nucleus? That's what these are usually called. D-A-U-G-H-T-R. Our daughter nucleus will have fewer protons, right? In fact, it will be missing 2 protons because they just left in the alpha particle. So when you have alpha particles come out, you get Z minus 2, and it's actually a different element after the nuclear decay. Also, you don't have as much of an atomic mass, right? Because A will have decreased. Now, how much did A decrease by? Check the A over here on the particle that just left, right? You're saying that you're going to get a daughter, plus you're going to get a helium nucleus, and it's like this, 2 and 4. So this one must be A minus 4, because I guess mass has to be conserved. Kind of! Mass kind of has to be conserved because this is probably also releasing energy. So you can bet that the sum of the masses of the daughter and the alpha particle is going to be less than the mass of the parent. And that's why the decay is energetically favorable. Frankly, that's why it happens. So when this happens, you've got this big guy just sitting here, and suddenly, pew, that guy shoots off of it. It's just a tiny little alpha particle compared to this big nucleus. It might be uranium or plutonium or something. I'm actually going to discuss uranium in just a moment. I want to ask you, which one is going faster? Is it the uranium, or is it the little, this little helium that shot off of it? Well, instead of calling it the parent, let's call it the daddy. So the daddy nucleus is going way, way, way slower because momentum and energy must be conserved in this interaction. Wait a second. You mean that the mass that's missing when the daughter is formed from the daddy, that mass is converted into kinetic energy of this particle and that particle? But which one's going faster? Were you going to tell me that? You gonna tell me which one's going faster? Oh, you figure that out. And that one, you can bet, is carrying almost all of the energy. So we've got this nuclear decay going on, and I'm gonna do a little quick example with uranium going to thorium. Let's say you've got uranium-238. I'll tell you why they don't call it uranium-92, and that's because all uranium has 92 down here. But some uraniums have urania? I don't know. Some uraniums have different numbers of neutrons, so, I mean, I guess that means they're different isotopes. So, I want to say, if uranium's going to thorium, can you figure out what is happening to these 2 numbers right here? And then, of course, you get an alpha particle that's carrying off some fraction of the energy. More of it? Less of it? I don't know. And, final question, how many neutrons does this thorium have? All right, so there's a whole bunch of questions for you. Oh, and I wanted to add, before I just leave you with questions, I wanted to add that if you've got a smoke detector in your house, hopefully you do, hopefully you have lots of them, right? And it's got this little light on right here, and it's got a little button that says test, and it's got a 9-volt battery in here. Deep inside of the smoke detector is an element called americium, and it is a controlled substance, and it's a very, very small amount of it, but it's a radioactive material. And that americium is continuously spitting out alpha particles. It's continuously spitting out helium nuclei, and those helium nuclei are ionizing the air inside of the smoke detector. And if that's the case, then everything is fine and the smoke detector doesn't go off. But if the smoke is in the air, then it will bind to the ionized atoms, and you won't any longer, the ionized air molecules, and you won't any longer get a current through it. And then the smoke detector says, hey, there's smoke in the air. It works much better than just the cloudiness filters. It's very, very interesting. So that's it for alpha particles. They're rather simple, I think. Good luck.